Hey everybody, welcome back to a North Texas Weather Center forecast, and today what we're looking at is the big potential for a severe weather outbreak this afternoon across North Texas. This is everything that you need to know in this forecast, including what threats to expect, the full timing breakdown, and really everything that you need to know in this forecast. So let's get started. Obviously, we have an enhanced risk for severe weather now for all of DFW, so we have to watch this now even more closely than we're originally going to. You can see all of DFW is included in that, even out closer to Mineral Wells and Jacksboro is also included in that enhanced risk. It also includes areas like Waco, eastern central Texas, and all the way out into even western Louisiana. So this has been a pretty large area now. I would not rule out at the 12:30 update, which is in only a few minutes from when this video is being recorded, there might also be a moderate risk. I can't rule it out. We have a very high potential for severe weather today, so we'll have to watch this very closely. Hail outlook for today. We are looking at the potential for tennis ball sized hail, and that's not for everybody. It's going to be isolated, but up to tennis ball sized hail will be possible with a couple of storms that develop. You can see that does now include DFW for the potential for maybe some very large hail. So we have to watch that closely as well. Make sure you take your proper precautions as quick as you can just to make sure that you're ready for this event, and as well as making sure you have a safety plan, because now the tornado risk has increased in DFW. You can see now there is a potential for a strong tornado or two somewhere near North Texas or in North Texas, and that would include that black hatched area. That's where you would have the best chance at seeing the potential for a strong tornado tonight. That's about a 10% chance in a 25-mile radius for reference. Also, just so you know, there's now a 10% chance within a 25-mile radius of a tornado in all of DFW. So we have to watch this very closely. That starts as far west as Jacksboro, and that threat will increase as those storms develop and head toward DFW. Taking a look at the temperatures this afternoon, we'll see temperatures crawl into the low to mid-70s for most of us. We will eventually drop overnight with the storms coming through, and then eventually we'll have a little bit of a cool down tomorrow. Taking a look at the tornado parameter, this is a huge difference from what we saw 24 hours ago. You can see the values closer to DFW now are as high as 4, which means that there is a potential for a particularly dangerous situation when it comes to a tornado. So we have to watch this very closely. That now, just so you know, it needs a lot to have something like that happen. We need to have a lot of sunshine this afternoon. We have to have a lot of shear, which we do have a lot of shear, but the sunshine's the big thing. We need to have enough instability for these storms to develop, and also they need to be discreet enough for that potential to happen. So we'll have to watch that very closely this afternoon, but you can see really the values all across the board are about 2 to 4 across DFW this afternoon and evening. Eventually, the values will even spike up closer to 5 in some spots in eastern central Texas. Not a worry for us, though. All right, here's a look at the future radar. Let's go ahead and start at 12, and we'll kind of move through our 1 o'clock or so. You can see there might be a few showers or maybe even a few thunderstorms through the next few hours. Nothing significant. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and show you a new run, because that might not be nearly as accurate. We haven't had a whole lot of storms this morning, but you can see going through the afternoon hours, I'm going to jump to another one. I apologize. Let's go to the future radar now. So 1 o'clock, you can see there might be a few showers and storms near DFW. Eventually, by about 3 o'clock, a few showers and storms still ongoing closer to Dallas, Plano, and Fort Worth. None of this is really expected to be that severe, though, if any of this does occur. You can see maybe closer to 5 o'clock, this is when we'll have to start watching for the discrete supercells to form back out to our west. 6 o'clock, you can see those cells really develop, especially along I-35W, closer to areas like Waco and Claiborne. 7 o'clock, that's when we have to start being worried about, is right around 7, 8 o'clock, discrete supercells could form. And eventually, we will all dry out, hopefully, right around 9 to 10 o'clock tonight. So this will not be an overnight event, luckily. And then eventually, this all moves out to our east, and we might have a couple of isolated showers during the morning hours Tuesday, but it really should not be much of a concern for our area. Make sure you stay updated with North Texas Weather Center for the latest. Also, make sure to go to our website, ntxweathercenter.com. Go to our Severe Weather Center. You can see the latest outlooks and probabilities of severe weather. Make sure to follow us on North Texas Weather Center here on Facebook as well as YouTube. And make sure you have a great rest of your day. We'll be keeping you updated throughout the evening, starting at 5 o'clock my time, so about 4 o'clock we'll start to post some updates on severe weather. This forecast is brought to you by Platinum Contracting, Birdie's Part Turf, and THD Vehicle Doorstep.